Alright, in this video I'm going to discuss Flare Networks, and it's going to be a deep dive into the company, into the founders, into the employees, and also the people that initially started Flare Networks and funded it. So as you can see at Flare Networks on their website, they claim unlocking value, almost 65% of all the value on blockchain technologies, on blockchain tokens is inaccessible to decentralized applications, and that changes now. Alright, so the goal of Flare and Songbird, so Songbird's a mirror network of Flare, and the goal for Flare is to, they're actually a DApp, a decentralized application, and what a DApp is, it allows the value of your tokens to be used in a smart contract type of way, which will be real-world use cases. For now, most of the projects are built on Ethereum, and Ethereum is a smart contract platform. And also, I think the Binance Smart Chain is one too. And then what are smart contracts? And smart contracts, it's like I like to say it's a CVS receipt of, an online CVS receipt of ownership. It shows the ownership on the blockchain. It's a trustless, secure system of the transfer of value, and the NFTs rely on smart contracts, and that's what gives them value. And so all these NFTs are built on Ethereum or other dApps with smart contracts. And pretty soon that's going to change because Flare is going to allow smart contracts to be built on multiple cryptos that have value already. And it adds scarcity to assets. It's like an NFT, like if an NFT is sold, it transfers the ownership of that NFT to someone else. It's without going through an intermediary. And there's a wide range of use cases in many industries. There's healthcare. It's going to impact the world's finance, real estate, gaming, and more. And also the F assets, decentralized nodes. So what that is just around the world, there are people that sign up to be an FTSO, which is basically like mining, but you're just running the FTSO, earning rewards. It's like mining rewards from Flare, and it's a passive income. People, in the future, are going to be able to make passive income just by running the network decentrally. And I like to say Flare adds superpowers to these existing assets. So we'll just get more into that. Okay, I found this interesting. These are the notable investors in Flare. The ones that stand out to me are Charlie Lee and Do Kwon, but also you got Wave Financial Group. Wave Financial Group's actually out of California, and they have ties to Algorand, and they've been an SEC registered crypto group since 2016, pretty large. And Coin Fund is I read that they're based out of New York City, and they've been crypto investing since 2015. And one family they have ties to are the Rockefeller family, which are worth $1 trillion. And then you got Charlie Lee, the former employee at Coinbase, one of the top guys at Coinbase. He's all kinds of relationships there with Brian Armstrong and everybody. Yeah, so he's the founder of Litecoin, and that's why Litecoin is one of Flare's coins that from the initial start, and he's worth $20 billion. And then you got Do Kwon of Terra Luna. Right, currently we're in a dip, and it's still trading at about $30 billion. Luna, well, that's the market cap of Terra Luna, and it's pretty interesting. Let me keep going forward. See, there's some more companies featuring Flare. You can see Coinbase. We got Ripple, and these are just large, $11 billion funding amount. So overall, they're all large companies. And okay, this is interesting to me. Is the Flare founders and the employees. You got Hugo Filion, Joshua Edwards, Dr. Nuri Usher, Sean Rowan, and Dr. Mahid Sultan Al-Qassami. Okay, so first we're going to talk about Hugo. He's a former manager of $2 billion hedge funds. And I wonder what kind of connections he has there, you know. And then you got Joshua Edwards. He's a former Tier 1 consultant at Accenture. It's a large software company. They have 640,000 employees. Their stock's trading at about $350 a share right now. They've been around since 1989. They're one of the few that made it, you know. And he's a web designer, and he's also has experience with 16 cryptos, including Monero and a bunch of other popular ones. And he's worked on the blockchains on those, so he's probably going to be one of the lead engineers that's going to implement the smart contracts on these new cryptos. And then you got Dr. Nayuri Usher. She's a quantum computing expert. I'm going to get more into her in the next slide. And then Sean Rowan. He's a Golang coder. I saw on his Twitter today he's talking about all these different ways to make Flare 51% attack proof. As you know, some cryptos can be 51% attacked, and this thing sounds like it's going to be pretty bulletproof. Especially if David Schwartz is going to allow Twitter. I mean, he's going to allow XRP to be on Flare. And then he's got background in MSC too, and MSC is basically artificial intelligence. And I found this interesting. He's just an advisor, but he stood out to me as Dr. Maid Sultan Al-Qasami. He's from the United Arab Emirates, and he's a very I think he's involved with the World Economic Forum too, for making the world a greener place and decarbonizing. And as you know, Flare is efficient and fast, faster than Ethereum. It's greener than Bitcoin and all that. And we're gonna some interesting information there. All right, ready to continue. So Dr. Neri Usher. All right, she's a chief scientist at Flare Network. She's previously postdoc research in quantum learning at UCL, and worked in collaboration with Siemens on applications of quantum algorithms, healthcare, and image recognition. As you know, Flare can be used in healthcare too with the smart contracts. We discussed that earlier, and she's one of the top in her class in quantum computing. And it's these new computers. We're going to get into quantum computers in the next few slides, but they don't run on binary. They run on a different type of code. And we're going to get into that. And they run on quantum algorithms. So what is quantum computing? All right. So quantum computing is different from classical computing as it operates on what it's used for. It uses qubits, which can be 1 or 0 at the same time, while regular ones can be 1 or 0. And as a result from this, it's a lot faster and can be used for large data analysis or processing, millions of transactions a minute around the world. And how much do these computers cost? Your average computer, like a nice computer, costs about $5,000, but there's a company selling them right now they start about $50,000. So imagine all these different nodes running 50, quantum computers around the world. And we're gonna get into the next few slides. Probably what my theory is the Starlink satellites have quantum computing nodes on them, and they kind of give you a hint here about that. And how fast is a quantum computer? Quantum computer is many times faster than a regular computer. And Google's quantum computer Sycamore is said to have performed a calculation in 200 seconds that one of the world's fastest computers would take 10,000 years to solve. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff. So Golang. So let's go back to the main guy here, one of the main founders. We're going to go back to Sean Rowan. He's a Golang coder. So Golang is quantum computing coding, and also the MSE, the artificial intelligence and machine learning. So Flare's going to be involved with that as well. So Golang's, I found it interesting. So it's useful for writing lightweight microservices, and we used it for generating APIs to interact with the front-end applications. If you want to build a functional microservice quickly, then Golang's a great tool to use. It's just faster than Java, and it's one of the fastest codings that exist. And there are not so many people that know how to do it, you know. And we got an expert on Flare, and he's not the only Golang engineer. There are several working with this right now. They've got lots of employees, and I think they have 3 or 4 Golang experts and MSc experts. And the Flare state connector, Sean Rowan's working with the state connector. And so when the state connector goes live, they're going to release Flare, and the Flare is going to go live, but they've just been testing it with Songbird right now. And Songbird's going to be it's going to play a permanent role alongside Flare and the governance of the assets. So I like this little, they put the little satellite there, a little teaser of what's really to come in the quantum financial system. So the state connector on Flare enables proving any real-world event to any contract on Flare. For example, any transactions from any blockchain. You got bank transactions, know your customer, AML information, outcome of sporting events. It's just anyway, the connector can also handle any notion of value represented by the events. Of course, it's this property of the system is achieved by automated branching of the Flare network to correct event outcomes without degrading to the time to finality through pinpoint metrics of the network. So basically, it's a piece of Flare that it's responsible for a lot, and once that is finished, once it goes live, once this goes live, then Flare will go live. So what's next for Songbird? Well, the FTSO was just the first Flare protocol to be tested, and we just talked about the state connector and merge mining, and so once those update, they've been successfully proven, which has happened now. We just reached 10 billion confirmed transactions with no errors, and they're getting ready to release it to the world, as they say here. And the state connector is a new paradigm for the entire blockchain industry, allowing for the first time to the state of any electronic system to be used with smart contracts trustlessly and with maximum decentralization. Watch this space for more information on this. And so, as you know, we discussed smart contracts and NFTs. So there are NFTs being built on Songbird right now, and it's going to be an NFT marketplace on Flare Finance too. So pretty interesting stuff. All right, well, thanks for watching.